Come fuck shit up.
We're going nipple mic. I don't give a fuck. Nipple mic.
Welcome to today's episode featuring Sean's nipple mic.
You know what? I think a pan mic.
Little echo action, maybe.
Welcome to Turtle Station. I still like this though. This is nice. All right. All right. Welcome to Behind the Bar, season 2, episode. I want to say 6. Yeah, let's go with 6. Just go with that. It's been a while. Summer's ended. Kind of went on a hiatus during the summertime. Don't know why. I think I just kind of got busy with stuff and just having fun. So whatever though, we're here and we're back. And end of the summer, going into the fall, loving that. I'm here joined by my lovely co-host, Katie. Is it Anger? Katie Anger.
Like the emotion.
Like it said, Katie.Anger on Instagram. Let's give her a hand. Even though there's no one in the studio, we're gonna act like there is. How you doing today?
I am great. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Feeling lively. Feeling well.
Thank you for giving me your Tuesday. I really
Absolutely.
appreciate that. First thing we're gonna do is Trey's not here, as you guys can see. He is already taken off to Italy, overseas, getting ready to get married. I'll be following shortly. I'll be his bestest mensch. Hence the mug you see there. You see the groomsmen there. I am the bestest mensch. Anyway, so I'll be ascending over to overseas pretty soon. That sounds stupid, but I don't really care.
Living your best life.
Yeah, it's all good. So today we're gonna get into it. First thing I want to do is get into some hot takes, just about what's going on, current events like that, and then we'll get into kind of just. I want to learn about your life a little bit. I want to learn about Katie Anger and how she gets down with the get down. But anyway, Colorado. Let's start with that. Clearly, I know. Do you like college football?
Big college football fan.
You are.
I went to University of South Carolina, so
Gamecocks.
Big cock.
Big old cock.
Big old cock right here.
I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like it fits your personality though.
Does it not? Right?
I just a little cocky, a little this, a little that. So how do you feel about, let's just ask you, how do you feel about Dion and Colorado and all that stuff? What's going on over there?
So it's funny because Shiloh Sanders started his football career at USC, which was like a big move, and it kind of got like a recruiting. It was like a good recruiting jumping off point for where they are now because he was kind of a big name, and then you had Dion there a lot too. So I really like him as like a coach and the energy that he brings.
Right.
Obviously, they got a little too cocky, and it really kind of backfired a little bit. But like, I like what he's doing for the program. I like that he's about like bringing them up as men and like treating them how to like be good people and talk to women, respect women, and like what just happened with Travis Hunter, like him telling him like it's gonna be okay, your time's gonna be good, like you don't have to come back right now, like take care of yourself, still love you, you're good. So I think he's like making really good strides in that sense and what he's done for the program. He's
showing him that it's more than about football, which is like the best thing I've seen.
Absolutely.
I think the biggest thing is that even though they just got blown out, and first off, I'm a huge Dion fan, love what he did at Jackson State, love what he's doing now at Colorado. But I think the biggest thing is that even though they just got blown out, none of us are like, oh, we're not going to watch the next game. Right. We're going to watch the next game and like more anticipation of like, okay, what's gonna happen? Like,
it's tough though because my boyfriend's an Oregon fan, so now I'm like, I guess I like the Pac-12 a little bit, and like that's tough. So
so he was just like he was on a high horse last week, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I was like, this isn't even a good game at this point. Like I was kind of hoping for a game. This like is sad.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I went pretty heavy on Colorado. I hammered them pretty hard, the money line, and then. Also, Shedeur Sanders. But the thing I knew is Shedeur had to have a good game for them, like a really good game in order for them to win. But anyway, I'm still a Colorado buff dog. I'm still here. I think, like I said, the point that like you said, what he's doing to the program, people want to go play there.
You're on the bandwagon.
I want to watch.
A lot of people are on the bandwagon.
They got mollywopped, but you know what? I still want to see what happens at USC I think they got to come in USC and at least show that they're respectable kind of in the competition.
I think last week fueled the fire for them for sure. Like,
so.
there's no way that
I mean?
it didn't, especially Shedeur getting that many sacks. Like, not great for him. But
he
you
had
know,
nowhere to throw it. I mean, Travis Hunter, you gotta that guy is gonna be, and I don't want to go too crazy on him, be like, oh, and then they get whopped next week again. I don't think that's gonna happen, but just don't want to go too crazy. They need Travis Hunter. They need that to come in. But like I said, overall, I just like what Colorado is doing, and I like that I'm tuning in to see Colorado on a Saturday when I have a lot of other things that I could be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, college football is back. That is the energy. We love that. You're going to get a good game every weekend no matter what. So,
what else is back is, and this is our first kind of episode since football's been, NFL football has been back. NFL football has been back. And you're a
great transition.
You like that, right?
Yes.
Been practicing my transitions. I actually
back to you in the
I know, right? I did it in the mirror earlier, and you know, I just thought that was a great transition, right? You should see it on my notes. It was like, get in there, make sure it happens. But you're a Commanders fan, are you? Is that like a lifelong thing, or you? Just
like a born and raised thing. You know, it's obviously like I'm from Maryland, so I'm partial to Baltimore. I live in Baltimore, so like Baltimore sports fan, but raised a Washington sports fan. My dad was a firefighter in DC for 27 years. So like,
oh, okay.
Thank you. Okay, I was like, the sob story.
I was gonna pull out the violin, but then I was like, okay, no, we're good.
He was raised outside of DC, so like he grew up in in that area, and then obviously worked in that area for a while. So he had season tickets. We grew up going to like the preseason games as kids and everything. And,
well, for everyone, that's how I met Katie. Is at
your home in El Buffalo.
El Buffalo, as you guys, if you watch, you've heard
about.
Shout out El
Buff.
Shout out Buff. Shout out Dragonfly. You were watching upstairs. I came to watch with Richie because you know what? I believe in not like believe enough, but I believe in the Commanders. I believe what you guys got going on. You know, they're trying.
There's more belief now.
Something. Yeah, they're trying to make something happen. So I was up there with Richie. You and Maris were chilling. I forgot how, but I think we all just started like chirping back and forth about.
You got this insane plate of like fries and chicken and some other shit and some ranch, and I was like, damn, this man's housing it right now. Like, respect.
I know how to eat.
Join the tables. Like, the more the merrier. Why the fuck not?
I know how to eat. Yeah, no, and then I mean, it's just all good camaraderie. That's that's how I love it. It's great. And now
Thank you for inviting us into your home.
Oh yeah, just make sure that you don't trash it every time you come in there.
Just a couple rumples and then we're out.
Speaking of shots, I think we need to pour one up soon. But that's how we met. I think I might have hit on Marissa.
Might have.
That
absolutely.
might have happened. And then a couple weeks later, I tried to hit on her, and that didn't go well. So listen,
had to call you out a little bit.
I probably had a few rumps. You know what I mean? But anyway, so NFL.
Yep.
We're back.
Yep.
Are you like football? So you're okay with your boyfriend I'm just
like a sports fan. I joke that I'm the son that my father never had.
That's cute.
Just my sister wasn't athletic, so like I was the athletic one. I played sports. He, cheered me on and peer pressured me through 10 years of basketball and lacrosse and everything. So yeah. But I was the one that like we bonded over sports. So that was his thing. But yeah, I mean, Saturdays for college football, Sundays for NFL football.
So the whole like Scott Hansen, you're actually like for that like 7 hours of nonstop non-commercial.
There's a nap in there, There's some food, there's some bathroom breaks, but
but for the most part,
I'll go sit and chill and watch games and like.
I love that. Yeah. Are you a Swiftie?
I'd say I have respect. I mean, I'm not like I'm banging out to Taylor Swift every day. Like,
well, let me rephrase that. Prediction for your team this season.
Okay.
First, let me just hear that.
As far as record.
Yeah, record. Where are you guguys going on? Because you're not making it, but where are you guys going out?
I was going undefeated for a hot minute there, but then we were trash. So
that's good.
I would say a winning record for sure, but it might be like an even split. Like close to an even split, yeah.
Like 9-8 or something like that. 10-7. Well, give me something concrete.
Yeah, I'd probably go more. I have hope. I like to have hope.
You do.
It shoots me in the face a lot.
Love that.
But yeah, I'll go like 12.5, 12.5, 11.6. We'll go with
Really?
that.
You
Yeah.
know, we're gonna probably go like 12.5, 11.6. So you guys, you know what? Okay, fine. Let's just.
Not if Jay Tuck don't get his shit together. No, I'm kidding. We love you. I love you. You were my fantasy kicker last year.
We'll let it slide. We'll let it slide.
It's all love. It's all respect.
No, because the Ravens are gonna go probably like 12-5,
Yeah,
13-4, something like that. But
they have a solid team this year. I was really happy to see Clowney come on.
yeah, we're fucking amazing.
Yeah, I was like real happy about that. Everyone's like, he's overrated. He's done. I'm like, this man ain't done.
We're just old. That's
yeah.
That's
yeah. I mean, he's had his prime for sure, but he's ready to eat.
Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift.
Are you at, like, do I think it's real? Do I think it's happening? Is it, what do I think about it?
Do you have like a conspiracy theory about it or something? Like, I mean, what do you mean? Is it real? Or do you think it's like the NFL's way of trying to like get?
It's part of the script. No, I'm kidding. It's all part of the script.
I did see her in the background of that commercial. No, I'm just kidding.
It's not Usher that's a halftime show. It's Taylor.
That's going to be the surprise. No, I mean, like, do you like it? Like, you're not a Swiftie, but like, do you like it?
Yeah, I mean, like, they're both really good at what they do. I have respect for her. I have no issue with her. Obviously, everyone's like, she's no Kayla. And I'm like, yeah, they're two different people, but like, they're great people. I don't know. Like, I mean, I love me some Travis Kelce for sure, but
so you see
it's definitely not a couple I saw coming, I would say, for sure.
Is it because Travis Kelce is like seen as like the bad boy kind of?
He's like the spicy white boy.
Spicy white boy.
He's a spicy
Elaborate
white boy.
on that.
Like, he can dance. He dresses well. Like that's the category. Like if you take the category of spicy white boy, it's like a good haircut, dresses well, can dance, listens to good music. Like that's kind of
no.
It's open to interpretation for sure. No, I'd love to see the comments, and I'd love to see the women. The ladies have my back on this, and I'd love to see what comes in about it. But I think that's like the jumping off point for a spicy white boy, and I think that's how he fits.
Why is spicy the term, do you think?
Because then you have like little white ass crack, like rich cracker boys that like wear Sperry's and polos to go out and like don't know how to dress.
Okay, which is more your type?
Spicy white boy for sure.
Really?
Yeah. Do
you have a spicy white boy now?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, he knows
like
how to
Travis
dress.
Kelce type.
Yeah, he dresses well. Yep. Jay's on jersey,
hat. You'll have to, when we get more in depth, y'all can show me some.
Yeah, I got you.
I think that every just body should get haircuts and dress well.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's what I mean. Like,
why do you think that some guys don't? Like, why? Like, do you think like some dudes almost like, yo, you should like do this, do that? I know we're getting off top a little here, but I know there's some dudes I'll talk to like, yo, you should like grab a chain, like do this, do that real quick. And like just little things that like just make it look like you care a bit.
I think it's a knowledge thing too. And just like a product of environment, maybe. I think it's like preferences and what people are comfortable in. I think it kind of comes maybe down to a little bit of confidence too. Like being willing to dress outside your comfort zone and like take risks.
Fair.
You know, like
fair.
My man Sean over here be rocking fanny packs, and some people aren't about that life, and like some people are about that life. So like, you know, you gotta be willing to take those risks. Some people aren't.
Fair. No, I like that. I'm just, it's funny that you brought that term up. That's definitely gonna be a little clip, like spicy white boys. I wanted to see what the world thinks.
Trademarked.
You might have to, because I've never known what to term them as, like a white.
You've never heard of that saying? Ever?
I've never heard spicy. I've like. Spicy is an interesting way to say it. Not in like a bad way. I don't think it's a bad way.
I mean, I'm just shocked.
Because
I'm glad I could educate you.
That's good. No, I know like the kind of dude you're talking about. And that's like, I'm like, I'd rather like just for do you term and whatever maybe do you term Richie as spicy? He does the line, right? Or a spicy white boy, because like he can dress, but it's not like J's and shit, but like it's
yeah, but he takes risks,
right?
I would say, and like he doesn't. It's definitely it takes feedback. I think it would take some feedback on how we can determine certain characteristics for sure. But yeah, I mean, he knows how to dress. He takes risks with his button downs and things like that, and he can pull himself together. The vests and the button downs In other circumstances, I would say maybe teeter the line towards non.
Okay.
But
Okay.
we love you.
I feel like you get a spicy white boy when he hangs
Yeah.
around with a lot of black guys for a little bit and kind of just like it lets like the flavor kind of come off a little bit.
I think that can maybe have a
You know what I mean?
little
Not
effect
to
to
say
it.
that's the only way it can happen. I just feel like that's like
It can add to it. I would say. You know.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Maybe. Anyway, but so you're not a Swiftie. You're not a Swiftie.
I wouldn't categorize myself as a Swiftie. No.
Really?
Like I said, I'll listen to her. I have a lot of respect for her. I think she's done like really cool shit in her life.
Yeah.
I think I can respect what she is doing with her re-releases of her albums and like saying "fuck you, Scooter" and shit like that. Like I can get behind that.
Did
and
she dated Scooter Braun? Is that who she's talking about?
No, that was her manager. And
he
owned like all of her.
I'm not a Swiftie. Sorry, guys.
He like owned all of her
Styles
rights and records and everything, and she was just like, "I want them all. Like I'm done with you." And now she's re-releasing everything on her own terms. So I give her a lot of credit and how she's ballsy like that, and like all this shit with like the Easter eggs and everything blows my fucking mind. How she just like makes all that shit happen, but like. But I'm not like a diehard or anything. I have friends that are diehards. You met my friend Cassie. She's a diehard.
I have met your friend Cassie.
She's a diehard Swiftie.
She's a cutie.
Yeah. She's single.
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like got her Instagram or something like that. But you know, I don't know. I haven't like gone on a date in a minute. But anyway, we'll get into that in a little bit. But
yes.
Last thing, what's it called? Summer's over, so pool days are over.
Sad.
That is sad. You know, sun-kissed naps.
My tan's already fading.
Is it?
Which is, a stretch. We get it.
A tanning booth or spray tan. Maybe.
I used to do that, Sean, and like it. Poor little redhead me, it did help a little bit.
You look more strawberry blonde right now. Just saying.
It's kind of like how I've always been. I feel like there's two categories of redhead.
Yeah.
There are, because like I went to high school with a couple girls that were like dark hair, dark features, and I was just like, here I am, like lighter, like light ass eyebrows and everything. In the summer, especially.
Jeez. Anyway, pool days are over. Sun-kissed naps are done. We're moving into pumpkin spice latte season. I feel like that's like your thing. No, not like. No.
I'm a fall girl, yes.
I love fall.
Fall's great.
My skin lightens up from the summer, and I can start wearing, long
fall
sleeves,
fits. You can wear a hoodie without sweating.
Right. The jackets come out and set layers. I'm a big layer guy.
Yeah.
And then plus, pools around here, people just get so fucking wasted at. Like they get so drunk at. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're up top. You're not a merit member, are you?
No. I never made it up there.
Consider yourself lucky,
made it to Raw with you a couple times. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, we had fun.
I'm spoiled. I have like 4 pool memberships around here, or 4 pools I can go to every summer. So
I got the invite. I was gonna yell at him, but I got the invite. So
yeah, you did come through. That's a homie there. I have to get this story on wax. Actually, it's a crazy story. We're gonna take a shot and then I'm gonna tell it. But it happened at one of these pools a couple years ago. I think it's past the limit of like when I can tell it because I don't even talk to the person anymore.
Okay.
Any of the people involved and like
fucking no NDA was signed. Let's go.
Yeah, no NDA was signed. But anyway, first shot down. Here we go.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Let me just check all levels too. Am I green?
Yeah.
Just make sure you're green. Yeah, you're green. Great.
Sweet.
Yup. So
Sean, you are lucky because I don't really take shots anymore. But
really?
At least you picked tequila.
Yeah, I made it small. I tried to make it small,
A bumble of tequila.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Who'd have thought? Not me. Not me. Anyway. So yeah, this story is it's disgusting, but also like very funny. And I'm trying to get better at telling stories.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a couple years ago. We're at Merritt. At the time I have a girlfriend.
Okay.
Like we've been dating for a while.
Yep.
She hits me up like, "Hey, come to the pool." And at that time, she, we both had memberships. She'd like to go to the pool and get nice and drunk, have a good time, as well as I.
Yeah, which is easy in the summertime too.
You're high up there, the sun's beaming. They got the pool.
It's hot, but
they got people bringing you stuff poolside. It's amazing. So
yeah.
She's like, "Come meet me. I'm with my friend from work, and I'm with and her boyfriend's gonna come meet us too. So both, let's come." Great. Go to the pool, meet up with them. Get there. They're already been drinking a little bit. They're probably 2 or 3 drinks deep.
Playing catch up a little bit.
Playing catch up a little bit.
Yeah.
And they're drinking these lemonades that are like, It's like vodka and tequila, like
Oh,
electric
God.
lemon. It's like this crazy concoction that you drink and you just like fucked up. So anyway, I get there. They're already drunk. The other boyfriend gets there. We shoot the shit for a little bit. But we drink probably not to excess, but we drink a lot.
For sure.
Probably not that much for us, but for them, I think they didn't drink that much. So I probably had like 3 or 4 drinks. They probably
Right.
same, and they don't.
Yeah.
So her boyfriend leaves, and we're all about to disperse for our sun-kissed nap, as I just talked about. You know what I mean? You go
lovely
chill,
sounding.
relax. Your little nap before you get up and want to go out. Decide if you want to go out or stay in.
Oh, the best. Yeah.
that nice.
The after like sun shower and after sun nap.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Yeah, it's the best. Yeah. But so we're about to do that. We're wrapping up, and her friend leaves ahead of us. And we're still getting wrapped up, and her car is just down there. So then we see randomly out of the corner of our eye one of the waiters like run out of the bar, like run out the upstairs, and we're like, huh, that's weird. So we get our stuff and close out and go downstairs. And when we get down there, her friend is her car was right there in the front, so her friend is in this front seat. The waiter is like trying to get her to sign the check to like close out, and it's just not, she signed it, but she's like, you shouldn't drive, like kind of like girls fucked up.
Yeah.
So we're coming down and we see all this, and we're like, oh, I'm like, it's 5 minutes away. I didn't want, you know what I mean? What is this? I'm like, it's 5 minutes away. I got her. Like, we'll get her. We can get her boyfriend to pick her car up.
Yeah.
Like, let's put her in a, we'll put her in our car and we'll go. She's wrapped in a towel, like just a bag, and that's it.
A bag? What?
Just like wrapped in a towel and like has a bag.
Oh,
like her clothes and
a bag?
She's got a towel.
Wrap her in a bag.
Like bathing suit towel, and put her in the car. She's, shit faced. And we drive home. We drop her home in front of her house, and she's standing there for a second. We're like, "Are you good?" And she's like, "Yeah, we're fine. I'm fine." I'm like, "Okay, like we're in. Let us know if you need anything. We're gonna go. We're gonna go."
Yeah.
So we pull off. She was digging through her bag at the moment. It was broad daylight, so I don't want people to think like I'm bad for like pulling off. Like it was broad daylight, so she was digging through her bag. We pulled off, whatever. We go like down the street. I know, right? We get down the street, and we get inside where girlfriend's doing whatever she's doing, and I'm emptying stuff out of the bag, and I'm like, oh, we have her keys, and like that's why she probably was looking through her bag. We have her keys. She's like, do you mind go back and giving it to her? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Like, give me some.
I still sit outside.
So I go outside and hop in my car, and it was literally like a block or two away, like around, like straight up and down. Yeah. So I hop up and I get out of the car, and she's for sure sitting on the front stoop, or like just sitting there on the front stoop. And important note, I see the dog in the window. Yeah, just but important. Side note, but important. I see her sitting on the stoop, and I see the dog in her door was clear.
Okay.
And I see the dog.
Oh, so she's right in front of her door.
Right in front of her door. I see her. I see her door, and I see the dog's face inside the door.
Okay.
Like looking, your dog's at the door.
Yeah.
Want to get to you.
Yeah.
And I also see a pile of shit.
Plot twist. Who shit it?
So I.
Okay.
So I proceed to. I got out, and I was like, I got your.
You're like, hey.
Got your keys. Hey. Forgot these.
I'm gonna go.
What's that?
What's the point?
Here's the best part. She goes, oh my God, the dog came out and shit.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, I'm gonna clean up in a second. Mind you, when she's sitting there, she was looking pretty disheveled. Like she's sitting there looking like something, you know what I mean? Like it was just like so I go, oh, the dog did it. She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So I give her the keys. And I'm like, you okay? And she's like, yeah, everything's fine. And I'm like, okay. And I just,
Did she have a Ring camera? She watched that footage back 20 times. So couldn't even believe what she did. She said, no fucking way I did that.
I like that, like you said, the math. I did the math in my head. I go, I have your keys. The dog's inside.
Yes, you did the 2 + 2 equals.
Your boyfriend's gone. Okay. So I just like
It all
I just
adds
go,
up,
okay.
folks.
And I go back, I drive, park, and I get in the house, and at the girlfriend time, I'm just like, I tell her the story, and she's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God. She's like, what did she say? And I just like, I'm never talking about it again.
Yeah.
Until just now. Like, this is like, I was like, I'm never bringing this up again.
I'm honored to.
So that has scarred my pool days. I've
Okay.
never talked to the girl again.
That's fair. I mean,
I don't
you had no reason to.
Anymore,
I mean, wasn't a girlfriend, wasn't a girl you were talking to. Like, it's fair to go.
I saw her recently when I was eating at Di Pasquale's. Like, she was like walking behind me.
And you lost your appetite?
And to say the least. Literally, I had lasagna and I was like,
It's reminding me of something.
Yeah. It's not gonna
don't ruin Di Pasquale's.
I know, right? One thing you can't ruin for me is Di Pasquale's, and I think she's damn close to it. But yeah, that was my pool day story. Sorry, I don't want to hijack the thing, but
we love a personal side note. Thank you so much for sharing that terrible story.
I told you the dog being in the house was going to be an important side note.
Yeah.
You know,
the math was mathing for me, but it wasn't for her.
Love that. That's going to be a nice little segment. I can't wait for that story to get out. But anyway, let's get on to you. So you have a boyfriend. This is T. I scoured your doing my research.
I did a really, really soft launch.
Yeah, I saw it, and it was like 7 pictures back.
Yeah, I threw them in the middle.
When did that happen? Well, give us a little background. Like give me your, I know if you want, your age, kind of what you do.
Hi, Katie, Baltimore, Maryland. I'm 28 years old.
Like just like what you do. You don't have to tell me what you're like, where company, but like what you do.
Yeah.
And how long you lived in Baltimore, like where you live, and kind of just like that. Sum it up for the people.
Yeah. I'm from Maryland, but I lived in Canton for 2 years, and now I'm like in the Burrs Hill, Patterson Park area. So I'm still in Baltimore. So I guess it's been like on and off 4 years. Yeah, kind of. Okay. Work in digital marketing, lots of fun. In my spare time, I like to go to the gym, underwater basket week. No, I'm kidding.
You do like the gym though. Like
I do like the gym. Yeah.
You have like your gym face is so like on your gym pictures are like so.
It's RBF for real.
It's like
my mom just gave me these pictures the other day of me as a child with my dad, and like. I had RBF then.
Okay.
I was like putting on chapstick, and I was like a little troll, and I was like, I mean,
you look like over the shoulder.
It keeps people like really satisfied. I'm a very nice person. I just have a very serious face sometimes.
Then I looked back. You're a blogger. You like to tell people or show people what you're doing through your Pinterest. At first, I thought it was gonna be OnlyFans.
Oh, you found my Pinterest?
Yeah, I did. I do my research.
So yeah,
Pinterest, I see all that stuff. You like the blog. What's the best part about that?
Well, as a journalism major, I really liked to write, so I actually kind of got back into that, which is, it's like a little side thing I'm doing. My dream is like eventually I'll get paid for it or whatever and not have to work. But for now, it's like it's a good way for me to vent. Like sometimes my brain works like pretty slowly.
Yeah, we'll pause for a sec.
Okay.
Hey, what's up? How you guys doing? They could have said hi. They could have said hi back.
Rude.
Rudeness. Rudeness. I forgot what we were talking about, but
yeah, I like to write, so I started doing that. Sometimes, like I don't write as fast as like my thoughts are, so I'll just type them out instead. So I just kind of started making it a blog as like a way to vent.
All right, I like that. I found it. I was like, I wanted it to be an OnlyFans, but I was still happy when I saw the pictures.
Feet pics coming soon.
There we go. Feet finder. Look it up. Katie.
No, I can't. I have way too many identifiers. Like I have 2 tattoos on
your foot.
Yeah, I have one on like an ankle.
Must like pain because like that's a really bony area.
One's on like the side of my foot, and then one's like my ankle. But it's just like inconvenient enough that I can't sell feet pics.
Or could you because of the tattoos?
Do you think people that know me would be more willing to buy my feet pics if they knew it was me? One of the tattoos says pancetta, so I don't know if that's like very. I mean, it might be people would associate it with food, maybe, so they might be into it. I don't know.
But so Canton, the place we live, as everyone knows, is a
Yeah.
very small community.
Baltimore.
Is your now current boyfriend a Canton,
He's a born and raised Baltimore boy.
born and raised Baltimore boy?
Yep.
Baltimore.
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 Yeah.
And did you guys meet out here, or was it like totally random?
We met playing bolo kickball.
Oh wow, Volo love story. Here we go.
Well, he had a girlfriend.
You buy Volo. Well, you can meet your wife, or you can meet somebody to just,
For a night.
Yeah. Meet someone to have sweaty sex for one night. No, I'm just seriously.
Or you can play the sports.
Yeah. No. Okay. So wow. So you guys met playing Volo kickball. Very cute.
He is a soccer player, so he plays. A lot of his friends are soccer players, so he plays in like the more competitive soccer leagues for Volo, but fucks around and played kickball.
Motherfucker was booting that bitch. She was like, look at that leg.
He had a girlfriend at the time, so.
Okay, so wait. So he had a girlfriend at the time. And then were you like, yo, I like that, I want that, and just got that? Or was it like
I was instantly attracted to him when I first saw him, but I was like, I'm not a homewrecker. I'm not into like cheating or anything like that. So I was like, nothing's ever gonna come of this. He's great to look at. He's very respectful and like easy to talk to, and he's like nice to all women, holds the door open. Like that's one of my biggest pet peeves is like guys that are only nice to girls that they're like attracted to. So like only hold the door open for like women that they're into or like that they want to sleep with or something like that. Like no, like he treats everyone. I know that's you. You don't have to out yourself. I knew it.
I'm not. I think that's a great. Oh my God. This is a great kicking off point. You know? Like I mean, yeah, fair.
Yeah,
fair. I think I just hold the door for everyone. Period.
That's what I mean. Like there are people that do both, and So I was into the way that he was just like you could tell he was a good person.
Yeah.
And also super hot.
Was it more attractive that he had a girlfriend at the time?
No, I mean I'd only met her once or twice, but again I was just like nothing's really gonna come of this. So like I'll get to know him, and I met her and she was super nice. They were about to move in together and like.
But like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying like
fell how they met.
Like if he had not had a girlfriend, would you have been like like something's up, or like when he had a girlfriend you were like okay like. I kind of like it more that like somebody's like wants to wife him up or whatever, or wife him up or husbanded them, whatever.
My mind doesn't. I don't know. Like, it's funny because when we first started like talking and dating, I treated him like every other fuckboy I'd ever dealt with because I was like, I'm at a point now where like I'm not wanting to hook up with people. Like I'm looking for something serious, and like he kind of gave off that energy at first. He was freshly single. He was like, that like
first week is always that first 2 weeks.
You're freshly single. Like you want to do what you want to do. You want to do things you haven't been doing, and like I was like, I get that, and like I'm not gonna hold you to it, but like I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing then, and like whatever happens.
Right, so where the flip, just quickly, where the flip happened? They broke up, apparently, or something happened.
I found that out when he moved in with two of our friends, and I was like, oh, because they were supposed to move in together, and I was like, this is fishy. And then I got invited to the housewarming, and I asked his friend, and I was like, played dumb. I was like, oh my God, like this is so crazy. You three are living together. Like what happened?
Oh my God.
And like and I got a little bit of the tea and
what was it like? Was it the first date went over, or I mean, you already kind of were into it, but like first date solidifier, and then kind of from there it was just cool, or was it like kind of like a long burn kind of thing?
It wasn't, but it was like a not stereotypical like way about it. I was still like dating other people and like going on new dates, and we were like slowly talking. I had asked him out like the first time we ever hung out.
Oh, you went first.
But it wasn't like our first date. I had gone to the tattoo convention with my friend Cassidy, and I was like, and he lives in Fells, and we were in Fells. And I was like, fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna see if he wants to meet up for a drink, and he did. And we just like were on and off, like not even really consistently texting.
You seem more. Sorry to interrupt you. My bad. You seem more like you're okay with like being more the aggressor. in certain situations.
I definitely
Like your personality fits that.
Yeah, I mean, I have been single for a really long time, so I am definitely like very comfortable being alone, and like I'm not sacrificing that for someone that's not going to meet me there, essentially. So I was like, which
I
I'm
heard that a
like,
bunch.
sometimes it's kind of a bad thing that I'm like a little more in my masculine energy, I would say. In that sense, like I'm independent, I can take care of myself, like this and that, but
All that.
I I was like, yeah, I mean, you're either gonna meet me here or you're not, and that's kind of what happened.
So you guys have been. I know. I saw it and I was like, oh my god, wow. There's a soft launch there.
He's like, swipe, swipe. Excuse me.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Bitch.
She snuck that one in there.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Just kissing strangers.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
He hates the Rockwell too, so I'm sure he hates that I put that picture.
Really? So how's going out now versus before? Like Canton's a very like, I like to say this word is bad, but incestuous place. Like you see everybody, you know everybody, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
like, going out now versus before when you were single. What's that like?
I mostly have like, I mean, I don't have any like burned bridges or negative relationships really with people that I know of. But it's fine. Like we'll go out together, we'll go out individually. It's low key. I have to say I haven't had like a really good night out in a while. And my friend Haley just moved over to Canton. I was like, we're gonna take you out. We got places to see. You don't even know about Canton. Like we got shit to do. And I'm definitely craving like a real night out soon. But it has been a little while. I gotta come out retirement.
Yeah, I say like this would be a good weekend to do it before I think I'm gonna try and party up a little bit before I leave, and really let loose a bit.
No, we gotta do it when you come back.
When I come back?
Yeah, because I'm also going out of town this weekend. So when you come back,
are you?
Yeah.
Okay, love that. No, yeah, all right, fine, yeah. Plus this weekend, I'm severely underprepared. I am kind of those last minute packers. Like
same. That's currently what I need to go home and do too.
I need. That's one of the reasons I probably need a girlfriend. I'm not a. Well, before you guys met, you didn't date a lot? Would you go on dates a lot or no?
I had like a history of getting like stood up on dates, so I would say, yeah, I dealt with some real fuckers.
Give me a number of how many dates you've been stood up on.
Maybe a handful, like 3 or 4. Just bad luck of the draw, and one of them was someone that I knew through Marissa's boyfriend, and I was like, damn, like he's
damn.
I know. Like,
that's an awkward.
Yeah, no, it was fine. We're fine. Like everything's cool. I don't hold it to people. Like it was like I gave you an opportunity, you didn't take it. It is what it is. Like you don't always get a second one. So
yeah, you don't get a
remember
second
that.
One. With the booth rule, have you heard about the booth rule? Did he pass the booth rule?
What is that? No, you're about to educate me on something.
Yeah, wow.
Where like the woman sits in the booth?
Okay, so no, I'm not gonna educate
that's
you
the girl's seat. Yeah, that's the girl's seat. The boy takes the uncomfortable seat.
It is.
Yeah.
No, I always do that anyway. But I would listen. Everyone, I was raised by a woman who did not let.
We're creating Sean's video dating.
I know, right? Pretty much.
I hold the door for all women, and I also know the booth rule.
I think so. Well, okay, so that was an interesting thing because like I'm to a point. I'm in a point, and this is I always get shit for this, but I am to a point in my life. I'm 32. I forget how you, but anyway, I'm 32. So like, I do get. Anyway, recently I had a friend, this chick who just like, and she'll probably see this, but moved back to the States, but I'd say this to her face, and I'd say it to her again.
Mm-hmm.
She moved back. She lived here and then moved back to overseas, and then came back and moved came back here.
Yeah.
And we were hanging out, and like I'm thinking she's hitting me up because like little
overseas trying to find a place to stay.
She's coming back, and she's
Yep.
Anyway, and that's cool. Like if we are only friends, like I have no.
Yeah, I think it depends on like a circumstance.
Yeah,
too,
I thought the circumstance of what was going on that it was a certain thing.
You were not picking up what she was putting down.
No, she was putting it down. Let me
finish. Sorry, so sorry.
Well, I don't want to. Actually, I don't want to. I feel bad putting. I don't care. Whatever. But we were talking in the bar, like we were like hanging out. I invited her to come watch the game. Like we were hanging out, like with all the boys. Like it was like all the guys.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, it's all guys. We're watching football. We're drinking a lot of beer. Like we're just like being bros.
Yep.
But anyway, we end up chilling for a little bit, going out, and then we went to the bar for a bit, and then it was weird. Like we were kind of flirting and stuff. Like I'm not dumb. I know what flirting is. Hands on legs.
Yeah,
like,
you
whatever.
take the touch move for sure. Like,
I'm not an idiot. I know what flirting is. So we're flirting a little bit. Whatever. I know, right? Kudos. And then where at one point she's
it's
like,
about time.
I know. At one point she's like, oh, like you shouldn't like. She's showing me like she was like dating some former Ravens dude or like looking at some former, and I was like, oh, that's great. Good luck with that. Don't really care, but like that's great. And then at one point she's like, oh, like I need you to introduce me to guys like over 6'1" is my type, like black dude, like, and I'm like, okay,
what
like,
is this? Build a man?
Yeah, like I'm like, what's going on here?
Let me just survey.
Yeah, I'm like letting you know, like, hey, like I'm trying to kind of work something out here first, or not even first, but just like in just period.
Okay.
And like I'm happy to introduce you who you want because I'm not trying to like date you, but like,
can we just
can we just
come to an agreement
right now that like I'm totally fine with introducing whoever you want to introduce. But, like, anyway,
just for the night.
So and she's like, oh, yeah, no, like I don't want to hook up, like I'd rather just like you introduce me to your friends and stuff. And I'm like, that's great, I'm happy to do that. I should have said that.
That's great.
Fuck out of here.
Leave.
No, I was like, no, like I'm happy to do that. Like that's cool as fuck. Like I have plenty of friends that are over 6'1". Totally fine.
We gotta get past that. I'm sorry.
What, the 6'1" thing?
As like as a society, listen, like I'm 5'4". Like I had a steady pattern of 6'3" by accident, not necessarily on purpose. I had a little pattern, and now my boyfriend's 5'10". So
there we go. That's average. It's like average male in America.
He's taller than I am, and it's great. I can still wear a little heel and be fine. And you know what?
There you go. Boom.
You're confident enough as a man that it doesn't matter anyway. You want your girl to look good. So
I don't care. I'm
life
only
advice.
5'7". I'm a short 5'8". Let's go with that.
And we all know that every man adds 2 inches. So
all right, fuck, in that sense, 5'9".
All right.
Anyway, so but I just was like, yeah, like okay, so and this I get a lot of shit for this. And that's okay, but I'm gonna try and phrase it in a way that's like very nice.
Take your time with it.
I am. I might need a shot before it or after it. Maybe after it because it's probably if I do it before it's gonna be bad. But I was just like, okay, great. I was like, I will introduce you to those people. Mm-hmm. That's totally fine.
Yep.
I was like, but like, you're gonna have to hit me up and be like, hey, like I want to come out. I want to meet guys, and then also
want to be included.
Right. Like I was like, also don't be mad if when you get out, I literally am like you're like this. I know what you want, so like I'm not like, hey, here's my friend, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Here's my friend, blah blah blah.
Sometimes shit just doesn't work out,
and I'm just gonna be like, hey, all right,
here's your fall where they may.
Here's your introductions. I'm gonna go do what I'm doing. Was that? She was like, really? You're not gonna hang out with me? I was like, well, you just told me what you needed from this relation, like what from this friendship. So
do you want to hang out with me? Like,
like that was the point. Is that mean? Do you think?
No, I mean, she straight up was like, basically like, no offense to you at all, but
that's
like,
okay.
She was like, it's not going to be you, so help me meet other people. Mm-hmm. So she was kind of using you.
Right.
So I would say that's fair. Like, you don't actually want my company, so like, I'm going to do my own thing, and that's that.
I think I did one up by being like, yo, okay, fine, you can still hit. All right, I got cut there for a second. But I think what I was saying was like, and yeah, like you said, like, she was like, yeah, like I'm like, this is what I need from you.
Yep.
And I was like, cool. Like,
Sean, one of the reasons I was single for so long is that I had to do some internal reflection, get comfortable with myself. You gotta do all the work. You gotta do the work. You can continue to do the work when you meet the right person or whatever, but like, you gotta do the work. Actually, one of them is setting boundaries. And it looks like you set a boundary. Yeah. And I knew I did that. So.
I like that you said that, like, keep growing as you meet the person. Yeah. People always be like, I meet the person, I'm good. Like, I don't need to grow anymore.
No, like, you grow together, you grow separate.
Yeah.
It works out. It all works together.
I've been called a very large asshole for setting boundaries, but like, I don't feel bad after it. So it doesn't.
You gotta do it with everybody, friends, family. Not everybody's gonna like it.
Is there another shot too? Just we're gonna go. We're probably only gonna do 3 shots because I like to sleep good tonight. And
I just told Sean I did a little sober September, and so he's trying not to completely wreck.
Yeah, I want to make sure she, gets home fine.
From point A to point B.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Keep this one because we're gonna use it for the last one.
Okay.
A question that I was wondering about, and this I think it actually pertains. It kind of goes into this too.
Okay.
What's something that you wish men like knew more about women, and then vice versa was something that you'd like to know more about men that like a lot of women don't know?
That women don't know?
So the first part, let's do first part. What is something about women that you feel like men don't know, but like more men should know? And it could be something super simple. You know what I mean?
That's a really good question. I saw something today that I feel like resonates really well with that, and that I like definitely can agree on.
Okay.
And something that we were talking about earlier, and just like in being in like a masculine energy and everything, like we want to turn our brains off. Like if we trust you enough, and we are, I would say like once you're with someone, because like, and everyone's different as far as like their preferences and how they treat like hookups and situationships and shit like that. But like I feel like, especially now that I'm like finally with someone and I trust them and I'm serious with them, like that we have that trust in you. So like sometimes we just don't want to think about things. Like we kind of want you guys to like take control, not necessarily like, it's great that you like take our opinions into consideration, but what we mean by that is like, just like take us to go like get food, or like don't ask us some of the stuff. Like sometimes it's just like,
get in the car,
we will follow along. We want you to kind of like take a little bit of reign, and it's kind of hot when you do that. So
really? Yeah. No, I listen, I
take control.
I think that's very good and interesting information. Like I don't want to think about that's true. I think, and
it comes down to like basic biology too. Like men want that like power. They want to have that control. They want to be like, I'm a man. I'm here to prove myself. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like I feel like you're like it. You guys we're the providers, and like now women like sometimes want that. And like as someone that again like was single for a really long time, like is very used to like taking care of themselves and like doing things themselves and everything, like one of the first times my boyfriend came over, he changed my light bulb for me, and I was like, thank you, like that's great, I appreciate that so much. Like doing small shit, it's not even small shit, like it's shit that resonates too, but like taking control and just like being like, here's what we're gonna do, or like are you okay with this? It's fine to ask, but like having a plan, I would say, is a huge part of it.
No, I love that view. Yeah. Number one, it makes a lot of things make more sense now. I mean, I think I was raised somewhat right. So now my mom, the big problem my brother and I have with my mother is, and this might be a comfort thing, like when you finally got to that comfort level with your, and I'm just using my mom because this is the only reference I have to this, like what you just brought up. Yeah. She's one of the most smart women I've ever met in my life, driven women ever. She gets around me and my brother, and she's like, oh, like two men, like trust them, calm, they're going to handle anything that's going to happen. Absolutely. And literally turns it off. Yes. Just lets it go. And we're like, we always are like, we're like, what's going on? She's like, I don't have to think when I'm with you guys. Absolutely. That's because the thing. I know like you guys are going to solve everything. Yep. So I take that as my time to kind of take a second and take off. And then also with relationships I've had with women, like it's easier for them if I'm like, all right, just be ready at this time. Like, and I'm like, we're going here, and here. Like we don't always want like demands and shit like that, but it's like, you take the reins and you take a little bit of control once in a while. And we're like, okay, and we will sit back and we'll let it happen. I've learned that. It's like obviously if you do it respectfully and not like in a dickish manner. Yeah, like get in the fucking car. Hey, what are you throw her in by her. What is that? What are you wearing? The fucking car.
Again, we don't like controlling men or demanding men, so we do not condone that behavior.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I would never do that. But no, like I get what you're saying. That relief of, I think the most I've asked a girl about dates is like, what do you like to eat? That's like, I just want to know, like,
which is
what generally do you like to eat?
Which is
so
a great consideration.
If you don't like seafood, we're not going somewhere seafood or anything.
Very considerate. You know what I mean?
So if they're like not seafood, I'm
yes,
like, bet, cool, everything's like that. So do you feel like your boyfriend now lets you kind of sit in that energy more so?
Well, definitely, it's something we're working on. And it's funny because like I think, oh shit, morning bell.
Hey man, it's over September, eh?
Crushing it.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those things. I feel like it's funny because they say like when you get in a relationship, all of your like weaknesses and your problem areas start to come out. And I'm a very anxious person, so I'm definitely like an overthinker. And so that's something that, you know, comes with like time and communication. And I feel like that's something that I'm working on trying to communicate to him because I'm also very bad at asking for help. So,
jeez, are you good at anything?
I'm working on it, Sean. But
I'm sorry. I had to be a little cheeky. The beer's flowing. With
what you're saying about your mom too, I feel like women just happen to be like more of the anxious type, and men tend to be like more avoidant in certain things too.
Yeah.
Like, not to get like attachment style specific, but I just feel like that's like a pattern. And so when we don't have to overthink about something, it's helpful. Right. And he's starting to pick up on that. But again, it's just one of those things that like I have to work better on like talking about, and he has to work better on getting.
You also gotta like know you a little bit. Like clearly, like it's easier to think for someone when you're like you know them for a long period of time. You're like, oh, I know. Like at this point, they're gonna want this. Like another, you know, they're gonna want that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he'll
learn behaviors for sure.
Yeah, give him grace. He'll get there.
Yeah, yeah, he's working great.
No, but I love that. I mean, I think I mean, Canton is a hard place probably to find some good
it's
love.
Terrible. It's terrible.
Do you miss anything about the, you know, being single and going out life or anything like that? Like, you know, what's your favorite bar? Do you have a favorite bar?
I love me some Elbuff. You know, I got Bear. I got Shot. I got all my peeps. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm a Creators fan, so it's a Washington bar, so it's a great place. I still go out it's rare, but
yeah, it's very rare that I see you out. I used to see you.
All right, Sean, call me out. No, I
am. I don't even go out that
much. We're just talking about that. We had like,
yeah.
We went rowdy last summer for real, and then we kind of like, we got back from Ocean City and we're like, we're hurting. We can't do benders anymore. We can't drink. We can't eat like this. Like, all that shit. But no, I mean, I haven't waited because like I did great being single. I had fun. I did things I wanted to, but like I'm working towards being in a relationship, and it was something that I was ready for, and I'm very happy in what I'm in. So
give me something now that you want to know about men that you want to know about men that you feel like a lot of women don't know, something you don't know. Damn, or more women should know.
I had a really good answer.
I know. Sorry, I took you off of it. Yeah.
I guess you said that more women want to know.
Yeah.
Because my initial thought is something about men or something that women want men to know about, and my initial thought was that like we want you guys to know that it's cool to talk about your problems and like to be open with us. But you're saying, yeah, I know it's tough because none of you want to do it, but like
it's not okay. Go ahead, finish.
No, but you're asking.
This is good.
You're asking.
But let's attack that.
Oh, you want to talk about that? Okay.
That's good.
It's tough. I get it, and like I'm gonna end up on like the fucking games or something like that.
Probably no. Well, because I saw there's so many things. I mean, my algorithm is probably made for the most like ridiculous things because I guess here's the conversations I have, and it's just like,
yeah.
But it is crazy. Like I don't. You say that.
No, you're doing it.
I'm literally gonna have to put those clips next to each other. I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting you said that because, like I don't feel that way. Like, you know what I mean? Like I think
it comes down to relationships with other people first. Because I think like with you and your guys, like, do you guys talk about your emotions and your problems, or do you talk about like
Yes.
sports and women and
Yes.
what's the ratio? I would say
Well,
it is rare, so I will give you that. It's
I'm
rare.
different with my friend. So number one, the friend groups that I have are guys that bar a couple of people.
You have like your social friends, and then you have like your
But I mean like my close knit group
Mhm.
of guys. So I'd say I have like a group of guys that like I grew up with, like went to school with
Yeah.
and stuff. And those guys are all like married and stuff now, and kind of have lives started.
Yeah.
Like and that's great having kids and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Different pace than what my life is
Yeah.
going at right now. So I don't like hit them up and like talk about problems. I don't think they can really relate in certain areas.
The crowds, yeah, it definitely depends on the situation.
Different stuff. But then like the guys that I hang out with on a daily basis now, like guys that are kind of in the same situation, been in a long relationship and got out of it, or just still single, or in and out of relationships, kind of like that.
I think it depends on your crowd.
It does. Like guys like Richie and Adam, and clearly my brother. Like I don't know if you met Adam, but like Richie. So like guys like that are guys who are like we do talk sports and shit all the time, but we also, if you need
a balance.
If you need to talk
anyway.
about something, that's the weekday conversations. I mean, and if it needs to trickle into the weekend, that's fine.
Yeah.
But those are like the
as long as you have a person to do that with. And
I go to therapy too. Yeah. So like I'm
we can go to therapy around here.
And everyone, if you watch, you know that. Everyone knows I go to therapy. I have a therapist. She's she's a wonderful lady. She's like 75 years old. She's great.
Love that.
Everyone sees it. She calls me out when I need to be. She'll, she's great.
My therapist keeps ghosting me, so I'm triggered. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I'm starting with a new one.
But yeah, no, I think it's easy to have that balance with the guy friends. But when it comes to girls, like for me, like,
what do you think it is? Yeah, like, is it just like gaining trust, or what do you think it is?
Because most girls will get the ick if you talk to them about your problems. Look, like, all right, be honest, and this will be probably gonna be a little segment too, but like, be honest, like a girl doesn't want to hear, because a girl calls you to solve.
Depends on the situation.
It does depend on the situation. I should
again. That's some people. Like I have friends that like they dig themselves into fucking gravestones of situationships where they get like full on emotionally attached, and they basically think they're in a relationship. And I'm like, fuck that shit. Like if we're hooking up, you come over to my house, we hook up, you leave. You don't even spend the night. I don't spend the night. I'm like, that's none of that shit. Like there's lines.
Right.
And then, but when you, again, and I mean, it takes time too. It takes time. It takes communication. It takes learning a person. But like, I think that.
What's up, boss? How you doing? Yeah, you can keep going. You're good. He's quiet as ever. Go ahead. How you doing?
I think that takes a level of trust.
Right.
And you're not going to get that right off the bat, but you have to be willing to like work towards like making it clear that you can trust that person.
Okay.
But you're also not going to really know who someone is if they're not willing to have those conversations with you.
Fair.
Because like
all you just have, it
all comes back to like how a person takes, how a person like I just had this conversation with my boyfriend the other day, and my friend, because she was like, again, in a whole like situationship and everything, and like dealing with a dude and his drama, and I'm like, we are all a product of our environment.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, but that is just like who you grew up with, how you grew up, how you were raised, and we can break those habits, but you have to be willing to like talk about them, do that work, hold yourself accountable, shit like that.
Fair.
Get deep.
Okay. You're making good points. I think you're making very good points. It all is about level of relationship and things like that, and what you're comfortable with. You know? Like I said, I mean, I'm comfortable. The reason I'm comfortable talking to people about my feelings, like
because you talk to a stranger,
right? Because I talk. For me, I talk to the therapist. Mm-hmm. I'm able to get to a rational point about it.
Yeah.
Where it's no longer really about me. It's about what's learned in it and what I can take to it from it. You know. And then for me, it makes it easier to talk to my friends about whatever they're going through.
Yeah. Therapy creates that space.
Whenever you talk to someone, typically their answer is to immediately respond with something about their life.
Absolutely.
Right?
People love to talk about themselves.
Right. You say something and they'll go, well, they'll listen to your story. I'm not going to say they're not listening to your story, but they'll listen to your story and they'll go, oh, well, this happened to me.
Yeah.
They're trying to relate. They're not being a bad person. They're trying to relate to you.
Sure.
Because it's how we've learned to communicate. But one thing I've learned is that's because we're inherently selfish people, but
Mm-hmm.
you gotta go one more deeper. And I think that's
Yeah.
that's my curse, my
And
gift, and my
ask
curse
questions.
is
Yes.
you'll give me that first layer of information, and I'm gonna be like, instead of being like something about myself, I'm gonna
Okay.
give you, okay, well, what, like, how did da 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 make you feel about the situation?
So you're
And
like, I have to get a layer deeper with you in order to feel that connection.
Understand what you're going on, and because I don't need to talk about myself because I already did for
Right.
$50 earlier this week.
Right.
You know what I mean? Am I there? Like,
Damn, that's a good deal.
Insurance is included, but still, like, that is a good deal.
That's a good fucking deal.
But like, I'm like, I don't feel the need to purge. Like, people want to know, sure, I'll tell you, but that's the difference. Is like, I'm like, I don't need to talk about it.
You're not going to any fucking Joe Schmo on the street and talking about that shit either, though.
Right.
Like,
So
you're waiting, you're calculating, you're talking to people you trust, and you're waiting to see, like, that's not even like first date combo either, you know? Like, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite? No, I'm kidding.
I feel like first dates over 30 are a little bit different, though.
Okay.
Do you?
I mean, my boyfriend's 31. So.
Love in the cradle.
So. Listen, Jeez.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, we had like a 4-hour fucking first date.
Yeah.
But we started off the bat having more serious conversations because, again, like, I didn't really think anything was going to come of it. I mean, I was like kind of told I was kind of told nothing was going to come of it because as a guy, when you tell a girl I'm not looking for anything serious, you take it as face value. Yeah. I mean, at least I know, like, having friends that are guys and everything, like, you take that as fucking face value. You don't read into it.
Yeah.
I didn't read into it, but the script flipped, you know, we'll take that. But there was a night where we just, like, had kind of serious convo and, like, sat on the couch for 3 hours and just, like, had chats about life and relationships and
those are the best nights, I feel like.
Yeah. And sometimes they turn into nothing, sometimes they turn into something. So
yeah, sometimes it's like, fuck, this person's got to get out of here.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Like, that's the reason I like the premise of this, and it's kind of like that's why I like going to dinner before I go out every night. Like, I would love to go to, like, say a group of us are going, no, I want to go to dinner first.
I know, I want to go to boyfriend dinner. When I saw you guys at food, I was so jealous. I was like, where was I fucking invite? And then we happened to be there, and I was like, oh, we got to do it.
It's just dinner, and then, because we can talk, we can drink, and we can have a good time. You get to know someone best, I think, sitting across the table from them and just having a few drinks and, like, not, you know, there's no other, like, clearly when you go, there we go, look, went up. Clearly when you're like in a bar and stuff, it's different. But, like, if you're just like, you know, this setting is always, I think, also the best way to understand someone and understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's hard for guys to want to give that. Again, for me, it's if you feel like you're giving a piece of yourself away, right?
Yeah, and you know, there's even more. I'm sure more layers to it. Like, it sounds like you have a great mother in your life. Some men don't have mothers that they were, you know, brought up with, or they had motherly figures, but, like, you know, like, everyone has a different background and everyone has something else that they dealt with. And as someone that's in therapy, I'm sure you know that, like, everything's rooted in our childhoods, and, like, something affected something that has made you who you are and the way you are and shit like that. And, like, some people don't unpack that ever. Some people don't know how to unpack it. Some people don't hold themselves accountable enough to do it. Like, that's my one note, I think, of my PSA is, like, be honest with yourself.
Be honest with yourself.
Do you need help? Do you need to go to a therapist? Do you need to talk to
a lot of people aren't, but I have a question. I'm always interested.
Okay.
What was you guys' first perception of me as a person? Like, when I met you and Maris and, like, all that stuff. And then has it changed over time? And if
honestly, I would say yes and no, but even though I'm a very anxious person, I'm a sociable person. Like, I'm an extroverted introvert, probably. Like, I am totally fine staying home and, like, doing a night in and shit like that. But, like, I will go out, I'll introduce myself to new people, like, I'll start a conversation with people. You introduce me to someone, I'll get to know them in some way or whatever. So, like, when you came over and you just started talking, I was like, okay, this man's, like, a little drunk or whatever. But, like, you weren't just, like, a drunk, obnoxious dude. You were, like,
guys, a little drunk. He's I don't know.
You were like, I'm hanging out,
Yeah,
and and it was like it was good vibes. Like
yeah.
both you and Richie were just like you were cool about it. You were talking. You weren't like being drunk, obnoxious assholes. Like
Yeah.
genuine conversation. Introduced yourself. Like there's a vibe check with that, I guess. Like there's a
Right.
layer to certain things, and it's like there's a difference between a dude that's like blackout and doesn't know what he's saying, like just won't get the fucking hit and leave,
Right.
and then like I think you had gone to the game, so like no
Yes,
blame to you.
I probably had.
You had gone to like the Ravens game and
Yeah.
everything. You came back
I was
and
probably
like we're
that
still
means I
rallying.
was sauced,
Yeah,
probably.
but like even then you weren't obnoxious about it. You were just like asking questions, getting to know us, and you're the same way, like genuine good vibes.
So this is from again dating profile stuff. No, I'm just kidding. So do I?
I'm critiquing and editing his Tinder profile after this.
Knowing me now as a person,
Mhm.
like, would you say? Because I always like, I'm trying to like settle down and stuff, and like, but no one ever believes it. Would you say like that? If you look at my Instagram, all this stuff and everything, and
How many times have I tried to set you up with friends on dates?
You have? Wait, no, I'm not even kidding.
Cassidy, Callie, a couple people. I've tried to
Callie? Who's
set
Callie?
you up with a couple of my friends.
Cassidy, you didn't like say.
I initiated that.
What do you mean by set up on a date? Let's just.
I intro.
Yeah, I want to hear this because girls, we are friends, but girls are so bad at wingmanning me. You gotta like. I want to hear what a girl.
I feel like I'm a pretty decent wingman. I think we were all at Prima, honestly.
No, you were. I said what's up to Cassidy. I got her.
No, I introduced you. That's what it was. And I talked you up a little bit, and then I let you do your work. I can't speak for you. I can't act for you.
So no, that's fair. I
had faith in you.
That's totally fair.
And I had faith in her, and I was like, listen.
I think I can't remember. I have to check my DMs, but I think I might have DM'd her.
Yeah, I think you guys were gonna go on a date.
Did she cancel it?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'll have to check. I don't know if I follow her anymore.
Okay.
You know how I get.
Could happen again.
No, I thought she was really cute.
Okay.
But no, that's not the question. You didn't answer my question. Do I look like a guy I want? Do I present myself as a guy that wants to settle down or a guy that wants to like? That's my question.
I mean, I will say I've only really saw you out on. I've only really seen you out at Sopro after 11 p.m. So. Sean, you know I'm going to call you out. You know I'm going to give it to you straight.
Hey, I'm okay with it. I told you can call me out. You can ask me. I have nothing to hide, people. Everyone knows me that watch these things. So.
But in getting to know you, I know that that's not necessarily the case. Right. And that's kind of like how I was too. Like I'd go around and fuck around, and I like to go out. I like to dance. I like to see people I know. I like to, have a good time. Mm. But that doesn't mean I'm like, who can I take home Thursday, Friday, Saturday? That doesn't mean that's who I am. So I think and that could be a whole nother fucking segment, but like I think that there could be like a line between the association of the two, but it's definitely like stereotyped that if you're going out all the time and whatever that it could look not that way, I guess.
This is a great segue.
Yeah.
Is perception reality or is reality reality? Because recently I was told that perception is reality.
I don't think that's always the case. I don't think that's always the case.
That perception is reality or reality is reality?
I would think, because I hate assuming things. Like, that is one thing that I never like to assume anything about anyone. Mm-hmm. Because while sometimes with some people, it's very obvious, like, that they present as the person that they really are, but sometimes, like, again, like, would you look at me and be like, she's super, like, a very anxious person, like, she, can get really in her head and have, like, super dark days and shit like that, when I'm, like, a very bubbly, like, I'll talk to anyone, like, introduce, like, you just never know what people are going through. You never know who.
Did you want me to answer that or no?
You can. I don't care. It wasn't necessarily hypothetical.
Okay, I didn't know.
No, go ahead. You can. I'll give it to me straight. I don't care.
No, this is gonna be. I'm gonna get yelled at for this. But when you said anxious and all that stuff, most women are inherently anxious and overthink things. So again, not to be a stereotypical thing, but that's just kind of what I've experienced in this point. So I would have been like, I would have guessed that probably.
I think you can't look at people, and it's so easy to assume or stereotype how certain people are, the way they carry themselves, or anything like that. But I like to get to know people, and that's again, like, I like to ask questions. I like to get to know people for who they are.
Right.
And obviously, you hope people will do the same thing. You can't always get that. Yeah, facts. But I don't like to. That's not who I am.
So you, reality is reality.
So I would say, benefit of the doubt, reality is reality.
Jesus Christ, man.
Maybe I'm naive. Maybe it could backfire.
Do you think most girls are naive or want to be naive?
I don't think anybody wants to be naive unless you're like playing the cards so that like someone can fully take care of you or whatever. But that's not me.
All right, fair. All right, last shot going down, and then we got about 15 more minutes left. This episode has been brought to you by High End Collective. If you need weed and you got a medical card, go ahead and go to our site, highendmd.com. Go ahead and register and make yourself a profile, and then go ahead and order with us in one of our partner dispensaries, and it'll be to you in about an hour or two. The shot's brought to you by High End. Which, I gotta give you a sweatshirt after this.
He's owed me for about a year now.
Yeah. All right. That was the last one.
That one hurt a little.
A little bit. A little bit.
Woo! There's the chill. It's always by the second or third.
It's like it just comes naturally at the end. So I have speaking of, it's not even a good segue, but I love it. She's gonna critique all this after with her journalism.
Yeah, he's gonna send me the clip to edit.
The clips, man. I'm getting better.
Yeah,
I'm getting better at it. I thought about even making us play a game of pool, because I can edit it in, but maybe not. Probably not. But I have a scenario.
Okay.
I want you to tell me what you think.
I'm into it. Okay.
So what I'm going to do is, it's a scenario that happened to me, but I'm going to reverse the roles. I think the only way to make it understandable is to reverse the roles.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Let's do it.
It happened to me, but I'm going to act like it happened to you.
Okay, so just think of everything as opposite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell the story. I'll tell it as like if
okay.
I'm. Okay. Let's say we're gonna say me and you go home. Not we didn't ever go home. Ever.
Love Sean.
I'm just kidding.
Never.
And I live close to you. Very close, right?
Yeah.
And we're just hypothetically not doing anything crazy, just fooling around or whatever. And then I get a little. I like to bite.
Okay.
And
everybody has something.
I like to get.
Everybody
handsy,
has something.
I like to get a little. So I throw a couple bites in there.
Yeah.
Bites, and bites hard enough to pretty hard, right?
Okay. As long as they're not in visible places, we're cool.
But they're leaving. Well, okay, you're me. Remember,
okay.
Let's say you don't like pain. You don't like pain. You're.
Oh no, I'm just thinking like if I have to be on camera or going like to work, you can't.
All right, so let's
you can leave marks, no just visible. Nowhere visible.
No visible places.
Yeah.
Sorry, I checked it. No visible places, but they hurt. Right, you're not a big pain person, right? So I'm biting you, and you're like,
okay, okay.
And then I choke you, and you're like, I'm not really into it.
Some people are, some people aren't.
And then like I bite you again. I'm like, you're like, I'm not really into it, right? And then you're like, all right, look, not into the whole biting thing. Could you please stop that?
Okay.
Right.
Someone looks very dry.
Right. And then you're like, I'm not in the whole biting thing, right? Like it's.
Sorry.
Okay, so let me rephrase. Okay. I don't want that to get misconstrued. I'm into biting. You don't have to fucking draw blood or like almost draw blood, right? You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Fucking redheads, man. I'm telling you, bro. I was gonna leave the redhead thing out because I know how sensitive you are about redhead comments. So.
Dude, I've been bullied about it my entire life. Like at this point, it is.
But you were like about to fight me the first couple times we met when I made like jokes about redheads and like.
I've been called Gingy by my family since middle school. Yeah. I was literally like the South Park episode about gingers ruined my life. Shout out South Park. But like, no, I've heard it all. So
if you know this, so my type is, so again, this is to clarify the reason why I probably went for Marissa first is my type is I like dark hair, tan
Yeah.
girls. Like
Yeah.
that's just like my type.
Italians. You like them
I like
Italian girls. Good thing you're going to Italy.
I know, right?
So let's get out of the break, guys.
Buenos Aires.
Shout out. Wait
Buenos
for that.
Aires.
Save the date.
Right. Buenos Aires. But then probably the second most popular in girls I've dated is.
It's rare, but
redheads.
Me and my
like
Delulu state is that everyone secretly likes a redhead.
Dude, I'm look, and this is not me. Like I love redheads. I've dated a lot of redheads. I'm not going to name them all, but I've dated quite a few. And
everyone secretly likes.
Here's what I'll say: they're all.
Some people outwardly like redheads.
Let me say this. Can I say this?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I love redheads. I do. You guys are the most compassionate. And I don't know if it's like this is like a thing that runs in the.
It's trauma.
They've all just been bullied so much they just want to be loved.
Trauma.
No, you guys are like redheads are the most compassionate, like super chill, but also can get to the super craziest level if put there. Right? Like
no comment.
I know, yeah. I was gonna say, but the also other side of the spectrum is that you guys are like. I don't know. I feel like I'm not gonna say you guys. That sounds so fucked up. But
again, assuming. No, I'm kidding.
Redheads that I've met are super chill,
like,
super like helpful, super nice, super nurturing, super, like awesome. Have great personalities, and then they also do have the capacity to go crazy. I kind of
I was gonna say I've mostly heard the like tolerance to pain and the kinkiness is most of the stereotype.
It's so high. Is that like I'm not trying to like be a dick, but is that like what's up with that? Is that like a
which part? I don't know.
Is that like a genome thing? Like the fuck?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know?
It's probably the trauma equals the people pleasing.
Is that what it is?
I don't know, maybe.
Probably a little bit. I'll have to go back and because once I run this clip, I'm gonna get hit up by probably most redheads I've had a thing with.
I got a couple redheads on.
So that's like double jeopardy.
What do you mean? 2
redheads? Are your kids gonna automatic you don't want to do that to your kids, right?
Listen.
I'm just kidding. I love redheads.
You just never know what's gonna pan out because like my family, I am the only redhead except for my grandmother. Wow. I mean, there's a couple. So like
you're the recessive gene.
Well, it kind of skipped a gene, and then funny enough, my boyfriend has very, very dark brown hair. His sister is a redhead. His mom was a redhead.
You guys are having redheads. You guys are redhead fucking kids, eh?
But like, I'm like this. I don't know how it works. Like mutant genes are wild. Like
gene jaws, eh?
What's it called? The square, the
Punnett
square, and like I don't know how that shit works. The math will math eventually, but like I don't know how it all works.
No, I love that. But if you get back, anyway, here's the premise of it. Lots of, I'm not into pain, but I just wasn't into that much pain at the time.
Oh my God, we're back to the biting.
Yeah, right,
that's
sorry.
right.
Because I gotta get here. I forgot how we got here. She wanted to let me know that you just love pain, eh?
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh, this was a redhead?
No.
Okay.
No redheads were involved in this.
No head.
I wanted to get your thoughts on the situation and how it folded.
Yes, that's right.
And I'm gonna get shit for this anyway when I post it. So
fuck it.
It's great.
It's fine.
Because she's a Canton girl. Anyway.
We love you. We respect you. No names are mentioned, so you can't sue.
No names are mentioned. Like I said, we linked up. I picked her up.
Yeah.
She was a little drunk too. I'm gonna give her that. She was drunk. I picked her up from Fed, brought her back here.
Yep.
She lives very close to me. We were hanging out, whatever. Just got a little like too much. Like I was like, hey, you don't need to. That's a little too much, you know.
Everybody has like their preferences, and again, you're hooking up.
Here's the thing.
Whatever.
I was like, here's what I said. I go, hey, listen, not really into the whole pain thing. Can we cut that out?
Oh, so
right
you weren't. I thought you were the one biting.
Remember, we flipped it so that.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so she's biting you, and.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, look, not really into the whole pain thing right now. Can we not do that because I'm hurt? It hurts.
Yeah.
I'm like, ow, don't want. You look really sympathetic right now. Yeah, really. No, anyway. So and then we're like, cool. All right, we chill for a little bit, and then she starts biting me again. Like she was about to leave. But then as leaving, she's starts biting me again. I'm like, yo,
already told you once. I'm good.
I was like, I already told you, but I was like, now, in this tone right here, like this tone, you gotta leave. So you gotta dip.
Okay.
You gotta get out of here. Like, because
You told her.
that was,
you had already
I
told
was
her.
like, look, like, I'm not trying to be rude.
Yeah.
So you tell me, and I guess it's one of those am I the asshole situations.
Was drinking involved?
At my place or period?
In general.
Both of,
okay.
It was a Sunday.
When people are drunk.
It was a Sunday, yeah.
When people are drunk, sometimes you gotta repeat things a couple times.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, if it happened multiple times and you had already told her no, like, again, it comes down to it's a boundary. Like, you did that, you said something, you were polite about it. Like, I think in any situation, whether I mean, not to get like serious or anything, but I'm just saying, like, even if you were the one doing it and I told you no, and then I told you to leave, as long as you left, like, it would still be fine.
Right. So hold on, let's stop right there. So
it doesn't have, like, not everything has to be that serious.
No, it's not. It's not. It really was not at all. Like, my life was not threatened at all. Like, we're cool. Like, I think she's a great person. I have no, like, it was just like, all right, like, it was kind of like, this is done right here. Like, I need to go to sleep.
You're still allowed to be uncomfortable as a man too. Like,
so that was my point. Like, I was like, so the next, like, day or two or whatever, when I see, like, her and her friend group, and clearly the friend group hears about it, I'm like, they're like I'm like public enemy, I use this term, but public enemy number one. They're like, oh, you're an asshole. Like, you should have walked her home, and like, you should have done all this stuff. And I'm like,
okay, maybe.
I'm like, I go, right, maybe. I go, maybe, but
especially if she was close. Okay, I can see that.
It's next. I'm not, whatever. It was close.
Yeah,
very close. Close enough where
it's literally the apartment next to me.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Well, now I was trying to keep it. You said that, so I was like, fuck it. No, people don't know. I'm like the joke guy. I know. I'm like the joke guy. I just like to see the world burn. But I got shit, and they were like, "Yo, like, you should have walked her home." And I was like, "No, like, flip it." I go, "Flip it." If I was doing those things, like, we're talking about 2023 equality. If I was doing those things, and she said, "Get out," no one would have an issue with it.
I don't think you had ill will, so, like, I would probably at least be like, can you let me know when you get home safe? Like, it wasn't like...
We texted later that night.
Okay.
When she got home.
Then I think you're fine. Like, again, but that's, like, a preference thing. Like, some people don't want that connection after. They don't want the communication. Like, they're like, whatever, it's fine. Right. Like, I probably wouldn't want to hear from you after that. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'd probably be like, okay. Like...
Yeah. Like, rightfully...
I have different mindsets than some people, but, like, I'd be like, it's not compatible. He's not into what I'm into. Like, it is what it is. We're out. Like, it was a one-time thing. But that is, like, not how some people are. And some people are, like, a little butthurt about it. And, like, don't come to me about it. I don't know. Maybe I give terrible advice because I'm not
fucking vanilla. Like, I like all that shit. I like, but it just was like, it was like, I thought she was trying to fucking kill me or rip some shit off.
Side note, Sean only does missionary.
Yeah. If you like reverse cowgirl, get out of here.
We're talking missionary.
Fine. We're talking missionary. We're talking.
I quote 21 and 22. I just spit so hard. I quote 21 and 22 Jump Street all the time. Marissa and I will be like, yelling.
We're talking missionary. Okay, fine. All right. Sorry for her boyfriend, but what's I have to get. I gotta get some spiciness.
All right, I need a bathroom break.
Gotta get a little spiciness so someone can get mad at me on TikTok or something like that. Go ahead. Before your great relationship you have now, what was your favorite?
Before my relationship? What do you mean? Like, in
does it change relationship to relationship for girls?
I mean, again, I think it comes down to, like, trusting people to do other shit. Like,
are you just gonna answer?
When I would hook up with people, I wouldn't really think about, like, shit like that. I'd be like, we're here for one thing and one thing only. You're not gonna make me come anyway, so, like, it is what it is. We're just gonna do. We're just gonna do what we're gonna do. We're gonna be gone. So.
Is that most girls' assumption when they're going into, like, a one night thing?
Hey, listen, no, because when my friends and I. I'm not used to drinking.
I forgot what the fuck we were talking about. So that's the one thing about playing football.
Something about position.
For the sake of your boyfriend, I'm gonna let that one go.
He'll respect that.
Yeah, for the sake of your boyfriend, I'm gonna let that one go. I respect the guy. You know what I mean?
I could get the guy's perspective on that. What do you like?
Me?
What do guys like?
In bed?
Positions
Positions
sure,
wise?
yeah.
Oh, I mean, wow. Yeah, I did get her. She didn't get me last time. That's a tough question, man. Like, I mean, no, it's not a tough question actually.
Things that feel good to, I mean, let's be real, everything feels good to a guy.
Yeah,
things that always feel good to guys don't always feel good to guys.
I'm a big like.
We're talking missionary. We're talking Norman.
I'm a big
Okay, Jonah.
love a good reverse cowgirl.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? You know, love a girl that's confident enough to
take the reins, literally.
To buck that horse, you know.
You fucking
buck that bull. I like, you know what I mean? Call me crazy, but I like a little confidence. I like, little reverse. Know what you're doing.
Sure.
Also, because that, and this is maybe I'm crazy here, but that back crease, like that crease that goes up a girl's back,
the spine.
Sure, is that what it's? You know what I mean? Though, well, you don't know what I mean, but guys are they'll relate to me. It's like the or butt dimples. Butt dimples are amazing.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Those little like dimples above.
Yeah. The handles, apparently.
What? Yes. Yeah. You throw your thumbs in there and you're good to go. Oh God. No, don't watch this. Anyway. No, I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that's that like.
Okay.
If they have that middle arch.
Yeah. Anatomy.
I'm sold.
That's fair.
But anyway, we've covered a lot of topics today. Let's see. We've covered your new boyfriend, NFL, NCAA. Go Buffs. I'm still going to hammer them. I'm going to hammer the fuck out of them for USC, even though let's just see what happens.
We're all rooting for them against USC.
I'm gonna tune in. I'm going to watch. You should too. Because why the fuck not? It's the fucking Buffaloes and it's Deion Sanders and the boys. Have you enjoyed your time here with us today?
Absolutely.
Have you ever been to Italy?
No.
I was gonna say, do you have any recommendations for me or anything like
that? Absolutely not. I wish I did.
I'm just looking forward to the pasta.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to
wine. Like wine's like a regular thing.
Oh my God.
You don't go anywhere and get water. Apparently, you go and get wine, and it's like turn up.
I'm sitting.
Best drunk.
I'm sitting in the sauna an hour a day this week just to make sure that I've sweat out all the
previous alcohol to make room for the good wine alcohol.
I'm gonna be living life.
Hell yeah.
Have you learned anything today here from me? As a
I have learned
so much.
So much. My brain is full, ready to go to bed and absorb it all.
See, typically after this, we would have to go out and then I would put in B-roll of us going out.
You'll have to wait about a couple weeks until Sean and I eventually make it out again.
I'll have to, and her boyfriend will be featured too. I'm not even trying to get you drunk. I'm gonna try and get him drunk.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, dude, we're
I weirdly feel like you guys are getting along.
Probably.
Spicy white boy.
He'll tell me about his feelings.
Oh God. I mean, that's the story about how everything unfolded. He never agrees, so I'd love to hear how he tells you.
Oh, that would be great to hear that. So you'll see us in the corner and we're just like
mic'd up.
All right, closing statements then. It is right now it's September 26th. And Drake, I'm a little where's the album? I know
my friends were just at a show in Atlanta.
I went to the show in DC. It was amazing. I'm not throwing shade, but Drake, we were really counting on this album being out for the wedding, in time for the wedding, so that we could jam to the shit at the wedding and playing golf before the wedding and really just live it up.
He's not trying to spin about you.
Bro, I spent $450, $500 on a ticket, and I need this fucking album. But anyway.
We got other ones coming.
We got other ones coming for sure.
We're waiting on a Miguel album.
Miguel?
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
She's the one that when you get in the bedroom, she's like, throw music on. You have to throw music on. They used to piss me off.
Play my music on playlist.
Yeah. Alexa.
I do an Alexa.
Alexa.
I bet you know.
Play my You Know What Time It Is playlist.
It's called Good Good.
So this means, just sidebar, that means you actually take time you took time to sit down and list out the songs that you want to have sex to. That's something I don't have time for.
At this point, it's general R&B, but it started off as a sex playlist for sure.
Do you like 90s R&B? Just a question, real quick.
I'll throw a little bit of that in there.
Kind of
sure.
Right,
yeah.
cool.
Any recs, throw them to my DMs. I got it.
Right. By the way, that is at Katie Anger on Instagram. Anybody that wants to maybe try and slide in her DMs and steal it from her, I'm just kidding.
No.
No, but this has been a great time. Like I said, I always enjoy getting in front of the cam. It's always fun. I'm always nervous before I do it, but it's always
been a little while for me, so it's cool to be back. It's cool to be back.
I can't wait. I honestly probably not going to record again until after the wedding. So what you'll be getting probably is a wedding video because I'm going to bring the shit to the wedding and we're gonna vlog as much as we can, and I'm going to include it. So we're going to have a good time. We're going to be golfing. We're going to be eating. We're going to be partying. It's going to be a great time.
Watch the stories for the updates.
Yeah, watch the stories. Again, I'm at Early J. I forgot to introduce myself at the beginning, I guess. But I figured you guys all knew who I was at this point if you're watching. So, but once again, thank you, Katie Anger, for joining me tonight. This episode is probably going to be up for this week's out. So, clips are going to start dropping soon. Are you ready?
I've already told the people. Told the fam.
They're going to be looking out. All right, cool. So make sure you check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram.